Good morning, team. Justin here. Hope you're having a really good day today. Japan has finally announced that they're going to allow tourists back into the country since they've shut everything down from COVID-19. Most countries have opened up and are back to normal, but Japan's one of the last holdouts. But now we can finally go back and visit Japan. I visited Japan a few years ago and I had a plan on climbing Mount Fuji, but a couple of days before my trip, I hurt my ankle really bad and I couldn't make the walk, and I actually kind of had to limp around Tokyo all day. Now that Japan's opening back up, I have plans on going back and climbing that mountain. In this video, we're going to go over the entry requirements, a few different options on how to fly to Japan using reward points, and then a couple different hotels that you can stay at in Tokyo. If you're new to the channel, I'm Justin, and I like talking about credit cards and reward points to get the most out of life. If you like credit cards and you like reward points, give this video a thumbs up and should subscribe to the channel. Starting on October 11th, Japan's going to open up its borders just as it was before COVID-19. And tourists will be able to stay with visa on arrival from the United States, but you are going to need to show proof of either 3 vaccine doses or a negative COVID test 72 hours prior to departure. Moving on to flights, any transferable currency should have plenty of options to get to Asia, whether it's Chase, American or Express, or Citi, or Capital One. If we wanted to use American Airlines, flying from LAX to Tokyo is going to cost us 67,500 points and then $51 in taxes and fees for an economy class ticket round trip. But if we look at our business class, that's going to cost 240,000 points, and that's a lot of points. That's a whole bunch of points to fly business class, and we can find a much better deal. If we want to use a United, a one-way ticket will cost us about 40,000 points. Another option we can use is Virgin Atlantic. Flying from the United States to Japan on Virgin Atlantic, it's going to cost us 36,000 points plus $5 to $10 in taxes and fees for a one-way ticket. We can do better with Virgin Atlantic because ANA is a partner of Virgin Atlantic, and ANA is one of the big airlines out of Japan. And Virgin Atlantic has its own little award chart to use on ANA. Flying from the Western United States to Japan is going to cost $90,000 in a business class ticket, $110,000 a first class ticket. And if you're in the eastern side of the United States, be $95,000 for the business class and then $120,000 points for the first class. ANA award tickets are a great value, but you can only book round trip. But using Virgin Atlantic as its partner, you can book one-way award tickets with business and first class. Virgin Atlantic is a transfer partner of American Express, Chase, Citi, and Capital One. If you want to book directly with ANA, you can get a lower price in points on your ticket, but it is going to be round trip only. And they just came out with news that they're going to increase fuel surcharges on their award tickets, so you're going to pay a few more dollars. But from everything you hear is their business class is some of the best business class in the world. And the only transferable currency that transfers to ANA is American Express. But in low season, in economy class, you can fly round trip to Japan from North America for 40,000 points. And business class as low as 75,000 points and first class 150,000 points. And like I said, that 75,000 business class is round trip. Now that's a great deal when you look at the prices on the other options. Now, Tokyo is a really big place and there's a lot of different areas that you can stay in. But two of the most famous ones are Shibuya and Shinjuku. And these are two of the places that, regardless of where you stay, if it's your first time in Japan, you're going to go visit these areas. Now, Shinjuku has all the neon lights and the shopping and the arcades that are associated with Japan. And then Shibuya has that famous Shibuya crossing with all the people crossing the street. It's called the Shibuya Scramble. And then there's the Hachiko statue. It's a famous statue of a dog right next to the crossing. And also a busy nightlife there. So you're probably going to want to stay in these two areas if it's your first time in Tokyo. Using Hilton points, you could stay at the Hilton Tokyo. This is going to cost you about 41,000 points a night or $159. And this is in Shinjuku. Using Hyatt points, you could stay at the Hyatt Regency. That's going to cost about 18,000 points a night or $140. If you have a few extra points, you could stay at the Park Hyatt Tokyo. This is one of the most famous Hyatt hotels in the world, and it's famous for being in the movie Lost in Translation. This costs 35,000 points a night, or $516. Value-wise, you're going to get a lot more value out of your points staying here, but it's a bit more expensive. And then you get to say that you stayed at one of these famous hotels. I'm really excited about Japan opening back up, and I do want to go visit again, and I want to go climb that mountain. So I'm pretty happy about it, and I'd like to plan that trip soon. And what about you? Have you been to Tokyo, and do you have any hotel recommendations that I didn't cover in this video? I mean, there's like 1,000 hotels there you could book using points. These are just a couple, and I narrowed it down to the two areas, Shinjuku and Shibuya. So I hope this video helps out. I hope it motivates you to go to Japan. If it did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Then I want you to go have a good day, all right? Justin out.